Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ava receives a message from Harris wishing her a happy Thanksgiving when she is at home. Did she notice his work keys while she was at the station, by the way? It appears that he lost them. Stefan knocks on Ava's door, and she glances guiltily at his keys that's laying on the desk. He tells her that since Clyde has been threatening Gabby, he is now her business partner. Whether they like it or not, they are collaborating. Melinda comforts a terrified Sloane over the phone, telling her that no one will discover the baby is actually Eric and Nicole's. Sloane tells Eric over the phone that their baby arrived in Salem when he gets home. Melinda is on her way over to visit him immediately. As they celebrate, Sloane tells Eric that the more she got to know him, and the more she realized how much she wanted a family of her own, the more she fell in love with him. The fact that she is not the biological mother doesn't even bother her. According to Eric, the most important thing is that the child is theirs, and they will adore him unconditionally. When EJ arrives to take Nicole home from the hospital, he makes an effort to be positive and joyful. Dr. Pierce visits their bedside to confirm that the collision injuries were the cause of their baby's death. Internal damage can occasionally be delayed and unnoticed. She was not capable of knowing. Nicole sobs, saying that as his mother, she ought to have known. Her fault, EJ reminds her, is not her own. It's all Dimitri's fault. He's out of reach, therefore Leo will have to cover the cost. Harris informs Leo in the questioning chamber that Dia DeMira is accusing him of killing Nicole's infant. Devastated, Leo tries to comprehend how the lovely infant boy with whom he had a brief bond passed away. According to Harris, it was because his inside injuries weren't treated promptly. Leo finds it incomprehensible that Dimitri did not drive him directly to the hospital. They'll ask if he ever shows up, Harris yells. Meanwhile, the offenders may face charges of felony murder if a death occurs during a criminal act, such as escaping a jurisdiction in a stolen car. And among the offenders, you are one as well. Leo requests to talk with his attorney. EJ informs Pierce at the hospital that he will have to testify that his son's death was caused by Leo and Dimitri's car colliding with Nicole's. Pierce is willing to assist in any way he can. Wants to see their son, Nicole asks. Nicole doesn't care that Pierce doesn't think that's a smart idea. One final time, she wants to hold her son. Nicole is firmly supported by Dimitri. Pierce goes to make things happen, and Nicole assures EJ that she will accept his decision not to participate. She claims she needs to embrace their son one final time while crying uncontrollably. EJ is aware. It breaks her heart that this is EJ's only opportunity to hold him. Pierce enters Melinda's room with trepidation, not knowing what they will do. He took the money, Melinda tells him, so you figure it out. Pierce threatens to drag her down with him if he fails. Melinda has an extremely clever suggestion. Stefan tells Ava that Clyde wants him to transport drugs via the bistro and transfer them into Salem via DeMera Enterprises. He must also enter the Salem Police Department's evidence room. Reluctantly, she gives him Harris's keys so he can replicate them. He says they must protect the ones they love, but he won't stand by while Clyde takes advantage of him. He opens the door for Harris as he leaves. Harris explains that he stopped by to check on Ava during his break. Stefan makes up the story that he stopped by to make sure Wendy and Tripp didn't see anything wrong the night Lee died. Harris refers to that as manipulating witnesses. Stefan is going to stop at nothing to set his wife free. Ava and Harris recapitulate the previous events after he storms out, and Harris then asks her again whether she remembers seeing his keys. She hasn't gotten it. She does, however, give him a kiss and express her gratitude for him. A beseeching Leo calls Sloane while Eric completes the assembly of the baby swing in another part of their house. To have his charges dropped, he needs her. She consents to assist him, but she needs to leave now. Eric hears someone knock on the door and comes back in. Holding the baby in her arms, Melinda is excitedly shown inside. Pierce goes back to her hospital room without the baby when Nicole gets dressed. Claiming that their son was inadvertently cremated, he lies. EJ yells at Pierce and stops Nicole from lunging forward. Pierce falsely claims that the baby's body had the wrong label applied following the autopsy. EJ loses it all, wondering how someone could commit such a tragic error. Nicole screams for a remorseful Pierce to leave. Nicole tears after he leaves. She is so sorry that EJ was not able to hold their son. EJ, fighting back tears, says they will always remember Dad. Before they go, they comfort one another. When Leo is by himself in the interrogation room, he remembers persuading Dimitri to take the infant to the hospital. He thinks to himself, "Oh God, I miss you, Dimitri. And please tell me what the devil happened to that cute baby." Eric requests to hold the weeping infant that Melinda has left in Sloane's arms. The infant calms down right away. The youngster begins to cry once more when Eric hands the infant back to Sloane. Eric recommends taking a stroll together. Sloane believes that she needs to remain behind to make arrangements and watch for a delivery. Eric thanks her for making this possible and assures her that she will be a natural. Pierce comes back as Melinda prepares to leave her hotel room. He informs her that he needs more money because of how cruel the situation with EJ and Nicole was. As they argue over what they did, she slaps a stack of cash in his hand. Following his departure, Melinda takes her phone. Nicole is hesitant to enter the pub from the outside. Now that she's pregnant, she realizes how ridiculous it was to believe that obtaining the sliders she had been craving would bring her and their boy closer. When people ask, she likewise has no idea what to say. EJ dashes inside to get her what she needs. She puts her hands to her belly by herself. She sobs and adds, "Baby boy, I miss you. I really miss you." A baby stroller is pushed toward her by Eric. Leo is distraught as Harris returns to the interrogation chamber. Leo is unsure if he has ever felt this depressed in his life. "Yes. Do you possess a heart?" Harris sneers. "Is that what you're attempting to express?" Leo is precisely attempting to convey that. Harris queries whether his attorney is en route. Leo mentions that she is engaged somewhere. A knock at Sloane's door coincides with her receiving a text from Melinda telling her everything will be okay. She leans nonchalantly in the doorway and opens to Dimitri. "I'm back," he grinned menacingly. Spoilers for Tuesday, November 28, on Days of Our Lives. John and Steve return from their most recent trip to Greece with the greatest memento imaginable, the real Constantine. Spoilers for Wednesday, November 29, on Days of Our Lives. A couple's romantic evening preparations will be interrupted by unfavorable news. Spoilers for Thursday, November 30, on Days of Our Lives. I wonder what Marlena will react when she finds out about the most recent interaction between Eric and Nicole. Spoilers for Friday, December 1, on Days of Our Lives. Do you want to see tension rise in Salem? Discuss the DNA test that is being conducted. Sloane is putting forth a lot of effort to free someone. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.